Hi there and welcome to Gaining Vision. I'm Melanie. Have you had an opportunity to subscribe to the channel yet? If not, take a second, hit subscribe, and please don't forget to like and share. Are you a patient person? What does patience mean to you? Does that mean that you don't mind waiting around when somebody's taking a long time to get ready or for a doctor to see you in the waiting room? Or perhaps when you're in traffic and there's piles and piles of cars in front of you and you're okay, you're not stressing about it? Is that what patient is for you? Or is it when somebody that you may know, like, and love, or a complete stranger does something that's so annoying that just cheeses you off and you get really irritated and you want to get out of there as soon as possible, but you just swallow it and just relax and deal with it? Patience can be both of those scenarios. And patience isn't necessarily everybody's strong suit. Some people are just born impatient. They want to go, 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 go. They want to do the next 10 things ahead, and they don't take the time to enjoy the moment. This is very normal in everyday society today because life is fast-paced. We have deadlines at work. We have to get to work on time. We have to go, go, go with taking care of the kids, making sure we're helping kids with homework when you get home, making sure all the meals are prepared. Sometimes it's easy to lose patience with the simplest of things. It could be somebody says something very calm to you, but you're so focused on what you're doing or what deadlines you have that you snap at them because they've interrupted your flow, your process, and you just, for that moment, lose your patience. Maybe it's with the kids. They're taking too long to do something, maybe having a bath and they're playing and being kids, and you have too much more to do, so you're just like, come on, come on, come on, let's get this done. Having patience is so important in all aspects of our life. When you think about it, if you lose your patience with your boss, you're probably going to be out of a job. If you lose your patience with people on the street, you run the risk of irritating somebody to the point where they react in a negative way. If you lose your patience with kids all the time, they're going to feel a certain way about it. Their emotions are going to be hurt. They're going to be sad, that sort of thing. And if you lose your patience with your loved one, your spouse or your partner, that can cause problems as well. Fights, irritation, and discomfort in the situation. Loss of patience has been very common during COVID-19. We're tired of being locked up in the house. We're tired of not being able to do the normal things for the summer. We're tired of just waiting around for somebody else to tell us it's safe. We're tired and frustrated about them not finding a cure to COVID-19. There's a lot of reasons why we could be impatient this summer. But I think we've also learned a lot about the importance of patience during these times. When situations are out of our hands, we really can't lose our patience, or we shouldn't at least. So we have no control over when the vaccine for COVID-19 will come out. So we have to go with the flow. A lot of businesses closed down, so we had to wait and see what was going to happen. A lot of people lost their jobs and had to stay home. Some people had to work from home, so I had a lot of adjustments to that. And it was easy to lose our patience because we were caught in between home life and work life. And there were two worlds colliding, not keeping them separate anymore. But we had to learn to be patient. Take a breath, take a break, and just be in the present moment. One thing with patience is you can learn this skill. Yes, you can learn to be patient. So when you have 10 things on your plate, focus on one thing at a time. Take a deep breath, breathe, all these things, and just wait. Make yourself wait. Doesn't that sound crazy? But if you make yourself wait and enjoy the moment, whether you do some breathing or just a thought process on something, not necessarily what you have to do next, but just something you may have enjoyed that day, or just think about your next break you get to go outside for a walk. Just make yourself wait for that extra few minutes and you can teach yourself some patience. Now this isn't always easy and it does take a lot of practice, especially if you're the type of person who's impatient. If you want things done yesterday because that's the way your speed is, go, 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 fast, 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 this might take you longer to practice and learn. But by having patience, it opens up the door for so many more opportunities at work, in your family, and in your own personal development. Think about your relationships, whether you have a spouse, a partner, or perhaps just somebody you're interested in. If you take the time to actually listen to what they're saying and have a really in-depth conversation totally focused on the two of you, the sense of intimacy that maybe gets swept under the rug because everybody's so busy and life is flashing by us and there's stresses. If we take the time and we wait and focus, that patience will pay off in the long run. It'll help the relationship develop and grow and perhaps rekindle something that may have been put on the back burner. As well, if you're patient through work and you do your very best, perhaps a promotion will come your way. Perhaps a job you've been seeking since being laid off for COVID-19. If you keep applying enough to enough jobs, the right one will come along if you're patient. If you give up and say, oh, I can't deal with this anymore, I need a job, I just can't deal, and you give up and don't have patience, you probably end up doing nothing. There's so many situations in our life that if we just took the time to be patient, the results might have been different. Example, think about, I'm talking about politics, yes. Let's talk about in Ontario. We had the Liberals in for years and people were usually okay, pretty good. Maybe there were some unhappy people, but there were so many people that are just so desperate for change that we then acted rashly. We elected somebody on the Conservative Party and we got Doug Ford. Some people think that if people had been more patient and possibly looked at alternative Liberal candidates, that maybe then the difference wouldn't be so harsh. And I'm sure the States is feeling the same way. They had Obama, everybody was pretty happy. Of course, there's always going to be people that are unhappy. But they wanted change bad and they wanted it fast. If the Republicans had taken more time and been more patient with the process of selecting a candidate, then they could have had change with the circus behind it. But they acted so impatiently that they wanted anything but Democrats in there, that they did anything and they chose Trump as the candidate. And we all know what's happened since then. So the question is, in the next elections, are we going to be patient or are we all going to be impatient? Yes, we're going to be judging the performance of our leaders on the way they handled COVID-19, and rightly so. But really take the time and look at the big picture. What else have they done or have they not done? And don't focus it so much just on the what we will remember all the time, and that is COVID-19. That is a big part of it, because clearly if they didn't lead us properly, then we're going to remember that. But look at the big picture. With the States, I remind everybody, please look at all the negative things that Donald Trump has done. Yes, people will say, oh, he's done good, some good, but the number of negative things he's done outweigh the positives. So don't be impatient. Be patient. Take the time, research, and really understand who you're going to be voting for. I'm going to ask you again, are you patient or impatient? I encourage each of you to try to practice patience in all aspects of your life, because the outcome will be fruitful, it will also be enjoyable, and it will help us if we all take this action to be a more patient world around and around the globe. Perhaps we can all come together and look at some reasonable solutions to our issues. Until next time, Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like and share, and I'll catch you next time. See ya!